Hey gang, Ross Brand with LivestreamUniverse.com, and we are live at the Never Settle Show following Episode 5 of Mary Armstrong's Never Settle Show, presented by FedEx Office. You can see the step and repeat, Mario and friends taking pictures behind me. As another episode in the books, another great episode of the Never Settle Show. One more to go in Season 1. Next week's episode will be the final episode for Season 1, and I know there's going to be a lot of people coming out for next week's episode. Hey, Eduardo is here. What's going on? Eduardo was actually in person last week celebrating his birthday, and great to see you in person again. We met up at Summit Live, but anyway, we're talking about the post-show here for the Never Settle Show. We're going to talk to Dee Marshall, one of the guests, who told her story about September 11th with Mario Armstrong live on the Never Settle Show. And she's just finishing up with Mario, and we'll bring her on over in just a second. Here, as we are live at Canary. Canary is where the Never Settle Show takes place in New York City. It is in Chelsea, 11th Avenue and 28th Street. And this is the setup where they do the show. And tomorrow this will be an office building again. But for today, it is the setup. And for one more week at least. And then the show goes on a break, and it'll be back in another season, I believe. We're hoping for a Season 2. No official word yet, I don't believe. But we are hoping that there's a Season 2. And just a great group of people here today. Once again, very enthusiastic crowd at the Never Settle Show as we are trying to hook up with...
You want to do it because then she's going to grab me over here.
Okay, this is great. So we have Dee Marshall, who is one of the special guests on the Never Settle Show today. And Dee, tell us about your business. You talked a lot about your story and how you overcame September 11th. And let's back up just a little bit. You got dueling photos going on here. But tell us about your business.
My business, DCMarshall.com. It is a coaching, training, and development practice. And we do life and leadership development. You know, I was a trainer on Wall Street. And, you know, as a result of that defining moment, I went and started my own business. So we work with, B2B. We are a diversity resource for Fortune 500 companies. So when they're looking to engage and serve and support diverse populations like women and millennials, African Americans, Hispanics, they come to us to put together programs. So that's one part of what we do. And then the B2C, we coach bosses. Like I'm like Phil Jackson. Are you a basketball fan?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I'm like the Phil Jackson, and like you're Kobe, or like you're Mike. So people like MJs come to me, Kobe's come to me, and I coach them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And now, is it the star who comes to you, or
No.
is it the organization who says, this person's got tremendous potential, or they're great at what they do, but there's a couple things they need to get into shape on, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. No, great question. So we have two lines of business. On the business to consumer line, the individual would come. It wouldn't be somebody coming on their behalf for the most part. It would be somebody who's really, has aspirations of winning in life. Maybe they don't like their job, or, they want to do something different, change careers, make more money, write a book, launch a business, start a ministry. They themselves need to step up.
Right.
Yeah, they don't need to have it all figured out. They would hire me to coach them. That's pretty much what I do. Coaching, the formal definition of coaching is it's an ongoing professional relationship between coach and client. So the client sets the agenda, and the coach provides focus, support, and structure to get the client from where they are to where they want to be. So if you're sitting in like a dead-end job and you know that you have more potential, but you just don't know how to get there.
Right.
You don't know what to do. You don't know where to start. Even if you know where to start, you don't stay the course. You're inconsistent. You have no discipline. Does this make sense?
Yeah,
the coach
absolutely.
holds you accountable. The coach is working with you. Yep, tap the screen. Hearts up, everybody. Hearts up. We're at the Never Settle. Never settle, but you need support. I want you to imagine you're trying to get from one side of the bridge to another side of the bridge. Coaching is the bridge to help you get from over here to over there.
Right.
So you don't have to settle, and you do not have to have it all figured out, people. Coaching would be the right resource. It's very goal-oriented, very action-oriented. It's very results-driven and time-bound. Bosses, leaders, people who have big dreams and ambitions, but little funds, profit, resources would hire a coach.
And how much of what you do as a coach is from your experience working in corporate America, and how much is studying the discipline of coaching and human behavior and things like that?
Yeah, I would say it is one part experience. I did train $1 million producers on Wall Street, so I have a lot of experience in leadership development. That really helped. But it's one part gifting and innate ability, and then there's one part training. So I've got 3 parts there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, listen, I say this. Your job is a paid internship. So when I worked on Wall Street, even though I was getting a big check, that was a paid internship.
You're there to learn.
You're there to learn, and then use that for the thing that you really want to do. I believe, how many people do we have here? I believe in everybody. Don't wait, let's not say the number. Right. We got a lot of people watching right now. I believe in each and every one of the millions of people. I believe in you. You can do this. And I want you to stop. I want you to think, you know what, keep your language strong. I heard one of my colleagues say this, and tell yourself the better story, okay? You can do it. But you have to just know and believe that you can, and take one step to hire or retain the right resource. A lot of times people don't invest in themselves, time, energy, resources. So DCMarshall.com is where you can find me. There you go. www.dcmarshall.com. You can follow me on Instagram right now, Twitter right now, Facebook right now. I am Dee C Marshall. That's DEE, middle initial C like Charlie, last name Marshall, everywhere online. And I play heavily at Instagram. I'm working with, on June 1st, I have something called the Locker Room. Because remember, I'm who? I'm the coach, right?
You're the coach, right?
That's right. I'm Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson.
I'm Phil Jackson. Got that, everybody?
Not Phil Jackson, the GM. Phil Jackson, the coach who won the championships, right?
Oh, but look, he's run out of fingers for rings.
Right.
I'm that Phil Jackson. But on June 1, I'm doing a program. It's called the Locker Room. It's a business mastermind.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's 5 weeks. I'm taking only 10 people. If you're interested, go to my website right now, dcmarshall.com. 5 weeks mastermind. You can be anywhere in the world.
Just put up the website for you. So.
Thank you. Thank you, gorgeous. I appreciate it. dcmarshall.com. You'll see something that says the Locker Room. Didn't I tell you all I'm Phil Jackson? There you go. So you can come into the locker room. We're going to get your game plan together for you to get off of stop playing small and step into your genius.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dee.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. So that is Dee C Marshall, coach, and also told a great story. Mario Armstrong, let's get a second with you.
What is going on?
Hey, how's it going?
What's
so
up,
what did
people?
you think, man? Episode 5 in the books?
Episode 5 is in the books, Ross Brand. It happened.
It?
No, I can't. It's happening so fast. What was amazing was Michael was on the intro today, which was so cool. Like, we have these viewer intros where people can submit their viewer intro, and Michael submitted his, and it was awesome, from Asbury Park, I think he actually did that from. But it's just been great, man. I mean, the closeout show with Damon John next week is going to be epic. We actually have a money machine that's going to be flying FedEx dollars, and people are going to be able to go into the machine, try to grab as much dollars as they can, and then they can actually use that at FedEx office for stuff. I'm hoping I get Damon John to jump into that thing and do some fun. We're also going to take some online questions from people, cut them out into pieces of paper, put them in that same machine, let it fly around, and let Damon have to answer some of those online questions that way.
Awesome.
We're just doing some fun and different type of stuff, you know. Higher and higher every episode, says Eduardo.
Yeah.
It's so challenging, man. Our interview with Dee Marshall today, we did not know that was going to happen until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Well, I can tell you people had tears in their eyes.
Is that right?
Story.
Is that right? I felt it.
September 11th still impacts people, particularly
Absolutely.
people who are in the city, but throughout the country.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
you
nobody forgets where they were and what,
you knew
what
exactly
they were thinking
That's
that
right.
day.
That's right. So that was an empowering story. That was different for us to do on the show, but it was important for us to do on the show because we wanted to start doing other things that weren't just so entrepreneur or business focused. Even though we're distributed by Entrepreneur Magazine, we still stay true to that, but we wanted to also expand in some other areas too.
And that's great. And I was just talking to Dee, in fact, and I was asking her about the business side because it was just such a powerful story. It's like, well, let's talk a little bit about your business.
Yeah, I probably didn't get into some of that.
You know, there's not time to get into
everything. That's true. That's true. Speaking of that, what about the kids with the science kits? Was that
how amazing were their answers?
They were so on it. Like, they were using science terms right away. I was like, wait.
And they weren't there because they were scientists.
No.
Like many scientists.
No.
They just came
These were kids that just
try
came.
it,
I said, I want kids, if we're going to have kids there, they couldn't have used the product before. I wanted it to be a live, authentic reaction and environment. And I wanted kids that didn't know what they were going to walk into.
That's
what
awesome.
So it was cool.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
so
great.
one more to go, 5 in the books. Congratulations.
One more.
Got to ask you, there were a few tears there. You got off script.
I did.
But that's what makes a
that.
live show special, right? That's what makes this different than a recorded show.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Because somebody would have cut that out or would have said, okay, let's take it from the top.
Yeah,
or,
right.
You know,
Yeah.
let's do
Would've
an
been
hour and a
edited.
half and we'll get an hour out, right?
That's right. That's
like,
right.
you just went with it. You're like, okay, this is what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what makes this different. And you think TV's going to adopt some of this? Or do you think more people from TV are going to follow your lead and start doing shows that are on social platforms where they have the freedom to be themselves and be human and keep going no matter what the situation is?
I think there's a couple of quick answers to that. I think, hey, what's up, Jeff Adams? Good to see you, man. Look forward to doing our thing with you, man. Appreciate you asking, doing the homework and putting in your ask. I would say, Ross, that's an amazing question. I would say a lot of people are still underestimating the power of live. There's still so many people that don't really understand how to make it work. And I hope that our show is providing an avenue of learning for a lot of people in the business to see how you can put it together on really a fraction of the budget that they're used to using for programming. I do think that it scares the traditional media on how to do something like this in a way where you can be spontaneous, you can do things differently, you can go off a script and not know what's going to happen and still trust the outcome will be great. That takes a lot of fear for a lot of people. They like to control the message. They like to edit it. They like to make it clean. They like, oh, no, that's not going to make the host look good. Or that's, you know, that kid's project, we need to redo that. Like, I've been on so many shows where you do take after take to clean things up. And at the third take, you kind of lose the magic of what really would have made it special had you just left it from the beginning. So I just think that live streaming, highly underrated. I think that people that are out there that are watching that do streaming shows, keep doing your thing, raise your production value as much as you can. You don't have to do this type of production. This is massive scale, lots of cameras, lots of people. It's not a scalable thing, but that doesn't mean you can't do your thing. I think the thing that I'm learning the most from you and your questions is the more authenticity you bring, the better off you will engage the people to watch you. Because they will trust you, and they will believe in you, and they'll have your back.
And they don't want to miss the live.
And they don't want to miss the live. You know, next week I have to pitch this show at the New Fronts. I have only 8 minutes to convince a room full of advertising agencies, executives, chief marketing officers, decision makers that really are responsible for multi-million-dollar budgets for big brands to try to convince them that this is something they should take a look at and think about supporting. And I only have 8 minutes to tell what happens in this beautiful moment. And I'm hoping that what people are really ultimately figuring out is that we can finally get away from short form content being the only way to create content. I think if we can now have a mechanism like you're doing these red carpet interviews, this is long form content. It's not happening in 4 minutes or 3 minutes or 2 minutes. You might splice some stuff up and share it out later, but in the moment, this is sit back, and engage and watch TV. So I'm thinking that we're now at the point where live streaming is proving that it can actually create powerful long-form programming, and that's super exciting for me.
It really is. Congratulations on everything you've done.
Thank you, man.
With this show. I can't wait for next week.
Oh,
is there
it's so
anything
awesome.
like the fans that, the people who are supporting the show and everything, is there anything they can do to help you as far as the fronts go, as far as your presentation? Is there anything we can do to support that?
Yeah, that's a great point, and maybe we should really think about how I could promote this better. So when we actually do the presentation, it's Tuesday, May 9th.
Will it be on Facebook
It'll
Live?
be on Facebook Live.
Okay.
So, and it'll be on the Entrepreneur Facebook page.
Okay.
I don't know where I am in the lineup. I think I'm in the middle, but it's from 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern. So if they go to the Facebook page on Entrepreneur, 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern, support me in the comments. Like, just go to town in the comments when you see me pop up and support us. That would be huge.
Share it.
Yeah. That would be huge.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be big. And then the other thing people could do in the immediate, what you could do right now, is go to neversettle.tv/thunder. Neversettle.tv/thunder. We have a thunderclap promotion to help drive people to watch the season finale. So all you got to do is just go to neversettle.tv/thunder, sign up with your Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr account, and it'll automatically push out tweets if we reach our goal.
9 to 10 a.m. Eastern.
For May 9th, for
May
Tuesday.
9th.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mario.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks for being here, man. Just one guy that had an idea at the end of his interview of his awesome show and said, hey, what if I come by and live stream some red carpet interviews? He's been here for 5 episodes. He'll be here for the epic 6th episode. And who knows what we're going to do for season 2 and beyond. So just stay tuned.
Can't wait for it. Thank you, Mario. Michael Campbell, come on in. Before we wrap up, got to talk to Michael Campbell. How awesome was tonight's show?
Oh, it's just amazing. It's fantastic, and it's like a celebration of everything that's happened from the last show to this show.
Yeah.
I mean, because online, the comments back and forth. Yesterday, that Claudia Santiago does this fantastic music fest
how
and
amazing was
interviews
that?
and everything.
9 a.m. in the morning till 11
at night.
p.m. Eastern at night. And she had artists from all over the world. She interviewed people like us who've been around the show, who've been part of the show. But it was just an amazing. She had Cassandra, the band leader. But it was just an amazing thing that she put together. So, but yeah, tonight's
it's great.
show really. I mean, each week just seems to build on the week before.
It does, and every guest tells a particular impact and a particular part of what Never Settled is all about.
Yeah.
You know, from survival to getting opportunities out of very difficult situations, life-threatening situations, and everything, and just doing it. You know, you're not happy the way things are going. You're not satisfied. You do something about it.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
evaluate, plan, execute.
And you coming back next week?
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
All right, we will do this again in the pre-show next week.
This is like a Super Bowl where everybody gets to win.
Oh, and so what was it like, by the way, to see yourself doing the intro and to hear yourself? What was that like?
Wow, that was just kind of surreal. I can't believe it. It's kind of like a dream watching that, and to be able to contribute to something that on a huge scale that's so impactful is amazing. You know, just being able to get included in the feeds, just having them like my contact online, that's enough. Just being able to reach the people, but seeing that is like an added gift, because the friendships here have been incredible.
And an amazing point, Anna just mentioned that she likes the longer form show that Mario did today, the extra content. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the great thing about live streaming. Nobody tells you got to break for a commercial or you got to stop now because the next show's scheduled. They are wrapping up, literally turning off the lights and pulling up the tape because, this becomes an office tomorrow and Canary's got to come back to work. So we're going to need to sign off, but thank you all for joining and for sharing this out and for the hearts and for the thumbs up and for the smiles and the love. And we will see you back here next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern on the red carpet on the Never Settle Show Facebook page. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern, you head on over to the Entrepreneur Facebook page for Mario Armstrong's Never Settle Show, presented by FedEx Office. I'm Ross Brand from LivestreamUniverse.com. Have a great evening, everybody.